Hello there, lovely ladies, lovely gentlemen. Heads up, the Inner Mastery Lab card is open now. We're starting on the 20th, and the next 3 clients get a free session with me. So click on the link in the description to find out more. Hello there, lovely ladies and gentlemen. So I just wanted to pop into the group real quickly, and I wanted to ask you a question. You know, we talk so much about healing, and we talk so much about the effects of narcissistic abuse. Narcissistic abuse is a specific type of abuse because it aims at weakening your sense of self. Hello, people who are logging on right now. Let me know if you can hear me, all right? And through narcissistic abuse, you slowly stop believing in yourself. You slowly stop believing in your ability to interpret reality correctly. You stop believing that you're worthy of love, or even basic respect, and reality gets skewed, distorted, and all of a sudden unacceptable things become acceptable. You lose your sense of self. Your nervous system is complete chaos, right? Hey girl. So my question to you is, we know the concept of complex post-traumatic stress disorder. We know it's one thing for your nervous system. When you have one traumatic experience, your body was designed to deal with difficult moments and with stress. As a matter of fact, our body and our psyche was designed to grow and develop and expand through little doses of stress. But we also know that when you've experienced tremendous dosages of stress over a period of years, when you were a child, and that means that stress was interpreted in a much more intense way, because children cannot self-regulate. They don't know how to self-soothe. They really do need adults to really intervene and soothe them. And as the adults around us, mirror our emotions and listen to them and validate them and soothe them, then we learn how to do this. So essentially what happens is we never learn how to self-soothe. We've been stuck in fight, flight, or freeze mode for God knows how long. So if you're in fight mode, you can't stop. You're feeling that aggressive energy inside you all the time. You can't sleep. You have to survive. You have to survive. Flight mode. When you seem to kind of avoid everything. Whenever there's a challenge, you distract yourself, you go elsewhere, you're not present. Or freeze mode. You know how some people have really been stuck in apathy, sometimes for decades. They can't seem to muster the energy to get out of that stagnant position. So many of us are stuck in fight, flight, or freeze mode and have been for decades. We also know that this creates such profound change genetically. Yes, it actually changes our genetic expression. People who have undergone years of stress are actually genetically programmed to kind of keep on generating more stress. What this means is that nowadays, if you came from such a family environment, you don't really have to think anything sad or go through a sad experience in order to feel the same level of stress. Your biology has actually been changed to the point where your genes are now persisting in creating the same emotional states. Whoa, okay, so having said all of this, what do we know? We know that one thing that is super important to heal post-traumatic stress disorder is calming down your autonomic nervous system that is responsible for activating the fight, flight, or freeze mode, or for deactivating it and helping you relax. My question to you is, if you have been feeling the same things and being reactive in the same way for so many years, how have you been able to really incorporate this healing concept of consciously calming down your nervous system throughout the day? Does it make sense that even though talk therapy is very important, when you've come from an environment that your nervous system has been stuck in that mode for decades, we really do have to get deep down into the biological aspect of it. So Kadi said, amazing, I just believed I was biologically an anxious person for years until I discovered narcissism. No, we become biologically programmed to be an anxious person, but we can definitely deactivate those genes that generate those emotional states and activate other genes. And I don't know if you know this, but you know how that's done? How we stop activating the same crappy emotional states and actually start healing and start spontaneously generating other emotional states. You know what actually tells the cell to activate certain genes and deactivate other genes? Our emotional states. So let me simplify what I just said so you can wrap your mind around it. If you've been feeling crappy for many years, you don't have to do anything to keep on feeling crap because your body is already programmed for it and it generates that sensation spontaneously all by itself. But you can tell your cells to activate different emotions and different internal states, but you have to tell them by feeling these emotional states beforehand. In other words, how do you, if your nervous system is all screwed up and you're feeling so low or so stressed out and anxious for so many years, how do you actively find an emotional state inside of you that generates elevated emotions such as gratitude, excitement, curiosity, joy, bliss, connection? Because you have to first generate these feelings inside of you for your cells to then activate the appropriate genes that are going to maintain this new emotional state. So this is my challenge to you. I want to see what your answers are. Tell me, how do you, in a practical way, throughout the day, consciously try to find different emotional states inside of you, the elevated ones, the gratitude, the love, the connection, so that you may start signaling to yourselves that they should start producing a different emotional state from the one that they've been feeling for years. Is it meditation? Do you do breathing exercises? Is there some sort of inner talk that you do? What sort of technique do you actually use for the moments throughout your day where your nervous system goes crazy? What happens then and there? That's what I want to know. So let me know in the comments below. If you're interested, this is exactly the sort of thing that we train and we learn about in the Inner Mastery Lab. And the cart is open now if you want a more in-depth sort of program and you want me to kind of follow your learning process so you can incorporate it really, then click on the link that's going to be put in this this video. If you're interested, the cart is open. You can be part of it now. But I just want you guys to tell me what you've discovered in your own personal experience. What actually generates lighter emotional states? Thank you so much. I'll wait to see your comments.